What is your strategy for addressing the environmental challenges that Oregon faces? What causes would you champion? And how will economic concerns affect your choices?
Thank you, Gretchen. Oregonians care deeply about our environment, and so do I. Protecting our natural resources and strengthening our economy should go hand in hand. One of the biggest environmental challenges we face is catastrophic wildfire. We literally experience a smoke season in the Northwest every year. And that is one of the reasons I support and I will champion active forest management, responsible thinning, and better coordination with local communities to reduce fuel loads and protect our forests. I champion responsible stewardship of our public lands, clean water protections, and policies that support working forests, farms, and fisheries. Oregon's environment is not separate from our economy. These two important parts of our lives are intertwined. Our timber industry, agriculture, outdoor recreation, and coastal industries depend on healthy land and water. My approach is a common sense and practical approach with a reasonable balance of long-term and short-term planning. We should follow science, work with local communities and stakeholders, and support policies that both protect our environment and sustain good-paying jobs.
What is your plan to ensure that all Oregonians can access and afford adequate health care?
Access to affordable health care is one of the most pressing issues facing Oregon families. In many rural communities, people are literally driving hours just to see a doctor, and that is unacceptable and certainly unacceptable in an emergency. We need to focus on expanding our healthcare workforce by creating an attractive environment for that workforce right here in Eugene and other areas in the district, but also, very importantly, in many of our rural communities. We must support rural hospitals and clinics by removing barriers that prevent providers from practicing in underserved areas. Telehealth also has tremendous potential to expand access, especially in rural Oregon, but that is only one part of a number of common sense solutions. We must also work to lower costs by increasing transparency, encouraging competition, and reducing unnecessary administrative burdens that drive up prices. Patients should know what they're paying for, and providers should be able to spend more time caring for people rather than navigating a bureaucracy of red tape and paperwork. I will champion efficiency and accountability at all levels. Fraud, waste, and abuse is draining our resources as well in our medical care system, as it has for many years. And I will advocate, take every opportunity to stop that fraud, waste, and abuse. My goal for Oregon is simple. It's accessible, affordable, high-quality care for every Oregonian.
What is your position on the Second Amendment and gun control? How would you balance the rights of law-abiding citizens to bear arms with the need to protect public safety?
I strongly support the Second Amendment and the right of law-abiding Americans to own firearms. Responsible gun ownership is a part of our culture in America and certainly in Oregon, particularly in rural communities where people hunt, protect their property, and practice safe firearm use. At the same time, public safety is essential to thriving communities. I support laws that focus on keeping firearms out of the hands of criminals and out of the hands of the mentally ill, while respecting the rights of responsible citizens. We should enforce existing laws, support responsible training and safety practices, and focus on solutions that actually reduce crime rather than penalizing law-abiding gun owners. Our U.S. Constitution protects individual rights to keep and bear arms, and any policy approach must honor that right.
What, if anything, needs to be changed in the current immigration approach to balance the need for border security with the humanitarian concerns of undocumented immigrants?
Our current immigration system is broken and it's needed reform for decades. The open border policies of the Biden administration made the problems of our immigration system far worse. Millions of people entered our country illegally during that period, and these people and those people and their children have real human needs like the rest of us. They need food, housing, medical care, and safety. Communities across the country are now dealing with the reverberating consequences of the inordinate strain on all of our services, both public and private. America is a compassionate and generous nation, and we can and we should be proud of that. And most of us have reaped the benefit of our nation's generosity. In my personal case, my mother was a German immigrant. We should continue our great American experiment and welcome people who want to come here legally, work hard, and contribute to our society. We are a great nation built of many different peoples, cultures, and origins, and we are also a nation of laws, and those laws must be enforced. If someone has a legitimate asylum claim, they should pursue that protection through the legal asylum process, but not everyone entering illegally qualifies for that protection, and pretending otherwise undermines both our laws and our humanitarian system. We must secure the border and keep it secure using every available tool, physical barriers, advanced technology, and a strong and funded border patrol, while also confronting drug and human trafficking cartels that exploit migrants and threaten our communities. At the same time, we should fix our broken legal immigration system so that it's faster, more efficient, fair, and works for both immigrants and the American people. A secure, orderly system is the only way to uphold both compassion and the rule of law, both very important principles of our great nation.
In your view, is Oregon election integrity at risk? And what additional safeguards may be needed?
Our election system, like any part of our government and our nation's borders, are always at risk. That's why we must remain vigilant, regularly audit, and have systems of checks and balances. Our election system must be secure, accurate, and transparent. Confidence in our elections is essential to maintaining the principle of one person, one vote. That means putting common sense safeguards in place. I support requiring a photo ID to vote in the United States. I support maintaining accurate and regularly updated voter registration records and ensuring that ballots are counted using controlled, certified machines and software that are secure and made in America. At the same time, every qualified voter should be able to easily exercise their right to vote. Election systems should be both secure and accessible, and those goals should never be treated as if being in conflict because they simply are not in conflict. I also strongly support Oregon's citizen initiative process. It is an important check on government overreach in Oregon and ensures that the voices of everyday Oregonians are heard. Protecting the integrity of our elections protects the integrity of our democracy.